Oh, good. Hey,
Morning,
Stephen.
thank you.
Good morning. Hold on. Oh, here's Laura. Hold on. Should I put my headset on? All right.
Can I don't think I can hear you.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me get it in now.
Is that me?
Can you hear me now? Hold on. Let me get the okay, you guys gonna lose me for a moment.
Funny.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. What about now? I hear something.
My volume's on.
Okay.
It must be me.
Yeah, because I can hear, Laura can hear me. And let me just see. Oh, Gail says it's her. Hold on. Let me see what I got going here. Let me see. Okay, you guys are, I'm not doing it because I'm not muted. I haven't muted you. And Laura herself, she doesn't have a microphone.
Well, volumes are up.
So let me go back to myself here. All right, hold on. I'll put my spotlight on for me, I guess, at the moment. All right, but let me get to gallery mode. This technology, I'm telling you, man.
Coming out of there. I'll try leaving.
Are you gonna try leaving? What's going on here? Oh, wait. Remove spotlight. Let me just remove spotlight here. Okay, so I got you. I see you, Stephen. All right, so Stephen's left for a little bit, Laura. And I might see if I can spotlight myself again. Okay. All right, we'll warm up. We could use this, if you have your stick handy, we'll just use it to stretch out a little bit. Oh, here he is again. Sorry, guys, taking such a technology, right? So let's see who we got here. All right. Stephen, are you there? All right, so let's take our stick here if you have one. If not, that's fine. We'll just stretch out a little bit. Just 1, 2, oops. Let's see what she says. Hold on. Gosh. Yeah, I wish I was better at this, right? I wish I was better at this. Here we go. Oh, I see. Steven says he would just follow along. Okay, Laura can hear. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we'll just take our weapon. We'll just stretch along. So let's see. So you can go around. Just loosen up the shoulder. Okay, hold on. I got all this technology going on. I apologize. All right, give me a moment. This is what happens on a Sunday when it's cold. Yeah, everything's good. All right. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Oh. All right, here we go. Let's just try it again. Just around, just really easy. Okay, maybe we could do a couple of open to the side, open to the side. I was just thinking we kind of work a little bit of this. And then we can take the stick against the hip, just to learn how the hip moves with the leg. See, the stick moves, the hip moves, right? Stick moves, the hip moves. Okay. I guess I'm not so good with the stick thing. You know, one, just up. You can go to the back. Okay, then you could switch it, and we'll do a couple of joint movements here, like this. If you are so inclined, up in a squat. Okay. All right. Okay, let's just work shoulder movements. Just nice and easy. 1, 2. Okay, so with this kind of thing, there's a habit like just using your arm. So just take your time. See if you move your hip. Just try to move your hip. 1, 2. I'm moving the hip. So just move. Okay, so when we move the hip, rotate in the shoulder, nice and easy. Now relax down the body, feel the feet. Feel the feet. Feel the feet drive the weapon. Feel the feet drive the weapon. 1, come back, forward with it, pull back. So what I want to do is just make my whole body move. Okay, 1. So I'm making my hips turn. I'm going to switch feet. And just take your time with moving it around. Nice and easy. And we move the shoulder, move the shoulder, move the shoulder. Okay, so let's try just up. Okay, when I bring it up, I don't like shove it up here. I'm going to take my hand. We talked last week about how we want to feel that shoulder blade come down as we come up so you can feel the weapon. And this is something you could do with the, Garrett has this really cool weapon, if I could share. I just got this 7-pound, 6-foot saber or something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's just like, it's a big Bhagwat saber. So he's got himself a really heavy weapon. So even with something like this, when you pick it up, you want to feel the weight of this on your feet, right? The weight is in your structure, not in your shoulder. So when you pick up something heavy, it's that you come up, it's like you engage the back muscles. Oh, here's Nelson. So Nelson would be a good example here. 1, up, and then down. And just feel that come up. Okay, so when we do, so we don't like crank the shoulder. So we just, oh, that's okay. Did you walk? Oh, good. Did you have to get a new engine? Holy shit! I guess that's cheaper than a new car. Oh no! You should have got that maybe. Okay, so just feel. Okay, so now Nelson. Yeah, so here's Nelson's with this weapon. So this is really heavy. It's heavy at the edge. So you take something heavy and you put the weight on your feet. So it's like you're under the weapon, right? So you don't torque your shoulder. Okay, okay, so we were just since Nelson's here and Garrett too, I decided that I'm going to wait on this whole BJJ idea of mine because I don't have any fucking time. I don't have time to pick up anything else. All right, one, and then try the other side. And we're gonna learn how to turn it. So it's not like a bicep curl. It's just trying to pick up from the back. And then you could switch and then drop it. Switch and then drop it. Switch and then drop it, okay? Switch and drop it. Switch, and then you could drop, and you could learn how to switch hands. So let's see, we try switching hands. 1, 2. Okay, when I switch hands above, you have to do it on, okay, so you can go pinky to pinky and then down. Pinky to pinky and down. Huh? Pinky to pinky. Pinky to pinky. Pinky to pinky, then down. Up and then down. Okay? Up and then down. All right. Let's make this more active term. Okay, since I'm all about using your body, we're not really about like just try to use this turn, like really use your body. It's cold out, so we got to move. You guys are lucky to be inside. This whole thing with the pandemic is weird. Even the Queen of England, Elizabeth, she tested positive. Huh? Okay, so 1, let's come up, pinky to pinky, down, pinky to pinky, down, pinky to pinky, down, pinky to pinky, down, pinky to pinky, and then step back, step back, step back. We're going to be making this a little bit different soon. Okay, so feel the weight as it comes down. Okay, let's just try a little bit of, let's see here, 1. Okay, try pinky to thumb. Let me see, pinky to thumb. No, actually it doesn't work, pinky to thumb. Well, okay. Now let's just try a little bit of something else. So we'll just do a simple, just up and down. Okay, up and down. Feel the weight go on this leg. 1. Now, unless you have such a heavy one, so you just go up and down. But the important part is like when you land, you want the body weight to land, not the stick to land. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? The body weight lands. Okay. So the weapon just kind of follows your body. So if we're not really interested in learning weapons, then I can totally get that. But we're interested in how I can make my body put it, so I hit with my body. I use my body. I don't hit with the weapon. And we'll take the weapon away and just try empty hand with it next. Okay, good. Let's do a couple of the simple stuff. So there's the stab. Okay, so when we do the stab, use your body weight, not shoving the weapon. Use your body weight. Come up. Okay, so this is pinky to thumb side. Turn. Step in. You could stab. Come up. Pinky to thumb side. Turn it. Step in. Okay, there's more to the turn, but 1, turn the body. Come up. Turn the body. Don't turn the weapon. So let me just show you like close up. So when I stab, I say I'm going to poke the guy. I just bring it up like that. Okay. I'm going to try with Nelson's thing just so I could know that I don't want him to hurt himself. And I just come up. Okay, when I come up, I just don't flip the weapon out. I turn my body. See that? And you come up, turn the body. Turn the body. Come up, turn the body. Or turn your hips, however you want to say it. Okay? But you pick up the weapon, but you put the weapon on the body and that. And use this as a drill to learn more about body movements than about how to manipulate a weapon. I'm going to need to try yours though first, just so I know what you're experiencing on this thing. Yeah.
A little front heavy, right?
It's a little front heavy, but that's good because that's what the Monkey King used. Okay, so here's this bigger one. So I just wanted one. So this is really important to make sure that this sits on your way, and then you turn your body. Okay, and for something like this, you need a good core, right? You need a good core. You need, and not the front core, the back. Okay, so people think the core is all the abs. It's not. It's back, front, side. Okay, so you get something heavy, then this foot is really super. So this is kind of a good training idea too, because when this comes, you want to hit the guy with this thing, but you need to be rooted. Okay, right? Yeah. So we'll do some more Chen stuff too, because that was kind of fun what I showed you guys last week. But I don't know. It occurred to me to do this just for you guys. God, this is like so white now. Okay, all right. So let's just practice just a little simple drill. So we're just gonna and so remember we do the chicken. So this is chicken, and you just feel your body weight and let it slide. Okay, let it slide. Come up. Turn the body, step forward. And do a couple on this side. And so we just kind of rock back and forth. I'm gonna have to do something with the camera so you guys could see a little bit better maybe. Okay, I hope this is okay. So I'm gonna just kind of move my body, moving my hip. Moving my hip. Okay, moving my hip. Okay, so we're going to try the smackdown. 1, up, feel under the body, turn the body. We're doing this very, we're breaking it down. 1, up and down. 1, up and down. And you don't need to go fast. I want you to work on up, down, up. We might go fast because it's cold, but that's going to get the best workout because your thing is heavy. Okay. Another thing, just when you come up, you set your weight down and let the stick follow you down. So the stick follows you. So you don't follow the stick. We should talk a little bit about, basic self-defense with this. So not that you would carry what he's carrying around every day. Just sensei, okay, so basic self-defense with the stick, for those guys who don't know, I'll just have Garrett approach me a little bit. We're not going to do anything for real. So here's Garrett, and what you want to do if you do have a weapon is you don't go in front of the weapon. So this is just kind of conversation. He's here. I put my weapon between me and him. You always stay behind the weapon. I was just saying, if someone coming up, put it up right there, right in front. So he has something to deal with, right? So don't go something like this, no, right? Although even though in the drill we have this kind of thing going, okay? But that's just a basic idea behind it. There's a situation, put it right there, right? Sometimes you can't like do the whole posture thing. But if you just have something, just bring it out like that. Very quick, right? Very simple, right? And then there's something between you and him. Yeah, just even like that. Something between you and him. Okay. Before you do all the fancy stuff, right? Just that. That's all you need. Just like, just kind of walking like this. Just me and him. Or if you like even fancier, like that, just flipping it from the bottom. But just right away. So just an FYI. The purpose of the class is not that, but just FYI. Okay. And Steven, you probably have like more experience with sticks and stuff than I do. Okay, but let's just kind of work a little bit with this drill. So just kind of, we're going to work at 1, pull it back, use your feet. 2, stab, sit back, come up, step, and now we can step forward. 1, I'm going to step back just for sake, but you could try to step forward. Now, what I want you to think about is I come up to step forward. Now, this is like a lot like Tai Chi. You're transferring the weight. You're not kind of got full in forward, right? So 1, come up, step forward, drop the weight. Step forward. Feel the transition from front leg to drop the weight. 1, and then we'll show you an empty hand how that all works. Okay. So let's just try a couple other things here. 1, up, down, come up again, and then just do like a reverse smack. So I'll show you here. So 1, up, turn the body, and just come up and step. And there you go. There you go. And you can have the hands a little bit closer, Garrett. It's more comfortable. Now for you, that would be harder for you because you got that kind of weapon, right? So you build up your wrist. Now let me just see how this would work. Hold this. Okay. Yeah, so for this would be harder for Nelson. So 1, he's gonna come up, so you're gonna smack, and he wants to go right away. Okay, so he would have something different. You might want to do this. This is what you would do with the big weapon. See that right here? That's what you would do with the big weapon, right? With the small weapon, you can put it out in front. With the big weapon, right? Use your body. So those are the adjustments. It's interesting what you have to do, right? So you can give that. So Nelson, you would do something like you hit this guy, you're gonna come up, do 1, and you want to go again and put it on the body. Right here like that. Yeah. We'll do some other stuff. Okay. I don't know. Maybe this whole stick idea wasn't a good idea.
I like it.
Okay. Well, you guys like it. So that's what's important.
Well, I mean, like, I think it was like, I don't know if it's correct.
Yeah.
In my mind, you think of both versus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same. Yeah. This does have a center, and you relate to its center. I'm surprised the other Mark didn't show up. He said he would come. He sees our cars here, I'm sure. Okay. So let's just try this simple drill. So just okay, and then we'll work on the drill we did last week with the 4 directions. So just 1, come up, down. Okay, so remember, Nelson, when you come up again, you're gonna put it under your armpit. Meaning down because we have the shorter weapon, we can go a little bit more extension. Okay, and then you just switch hands and come back. 1, come up, 2, up again, and down. Then switch hands. So it's a very easy 1, turn the body. So when I come up, I don't just do the Jiang Wei. I come up, I have to spiral the body. And that will help. And when I come up, I'm going to spiral the body. Okay, so what do I mean by spiral the body? So I'm coming up, I'm not going to go like this. You see what I'm saying? Oh, very good, Garrett. That's right. Yeah. I come up, I'm going to spiral the body. So this hip going to go, I'm going to go. It's like I'm a axle 1. I'm going to axle 2. I'm an axle 3. Versus something like this. Right? Now put this on YouTube for you guys later. And someone's going to watch it and see that bad part and say, oh, this guy doesn't know anything. Because in the beginning, they get the worst shot of me on the little clip, for the picture of what my video is. And it's always like the worst shot. Okay, so so we also did last week, we did the stab in 4 directions. So I want to kind of show you this a little bit. So when I'm coming, my back foot follows, good posture. when I go for the back, okay, so I want my hip to turn it, right? All right. So there's somebody here, there's a party behind me, and I want my hip, so I don't do something like this. I don't like throw the weapon away. Does that make sense for you guys? Don't throw the weapon away. So one, you could draw the weapon, one step, and move your body. Then flip it around. This way if you want, just practice 2 sides. Turn it. 1, 2. Now, Mark Rossenbuhl, Sifu Mark. Yes, I know he's Sifu Mark. He's not here today, so I will contradict him. Sifu Mark liked this forward stance idea. I don't particularly like it, only because you know, I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm stuck. I would have to change really quick. I kind of like this horse stance a little bit. I don't know. I guess it's you guys. You can decide. I think it's just what I'm used to. Okay. Kind of depends. All right, but let's just try this. So I got 1, 2. I'm going to step. Let's see. Let's just step forward here. 1, 2. Then let's go this way to left foot. 1. I had this better last time. 2. Oh, I know. I think I had to switch. 1, 2. Right, and then you flip it over. 1. Let's just go backward and forward. 2. Flip it over. 1, and then just step 45. That's it. Flip it over. Step, and this way. Okay. Flip it over. 1, 2. Flip it over. 1, 2. Okay, flip it over. You know, whatever. It was so good last week. Last week was better. I guess I'll just have a brain fart to this. Okay. Okay. It's because we haven't done our usual system. But it's like, let me see. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's see, when it's slow like that, I can't do it. Okay. So yeah, so for Nelson, let me just do something for Nelson here. So when you have a longer weapon, you have to adjust. This is really nice. Garrett made this. When you have a longer weapon, you need to have your body as your brace. Okay. So even the chop down has to be different, because you can't really go here with the big weapon. So when you do the chop down, it has to be from the shoulder here, right? And when you come out, feel the energy goes to the tip. Okay. Now, if Stelton wants to hit the guy behind him with the backhand, he's going to have to draw and use his shoulder to brace it. See that? So I can put the weapon on my body. Okay. Now, if he wants to switch, he could switch easy. He could have to just go like this. 1, and then the guy here, so he's going to use it to brace against his body, like this. Okay. And if he wants to swing it, you know, of course he could swing it too from here. He could just swing it like this. 1. If he wants to do this turn the body, have a really wide grip and nice long posture. Okay, so you need so for a longer weapon, a heavier weapon, you need a little wider base, a little wider grip, and not bring it so high up where you strain the joint, right? Because 1, so you just make sure you put it into your body, turn the weapon with your body, make a nice length. 2, you want to stab, just keep it back here. You want to go from behind you, somebody's behind you, come back, support it with your body. Okay, you could turn it. Okay, so you need a wider grip with a heavier weapon. Now your weapon is also good for spinning because the ends are heavy. right? So we should maybe practice some spinning. All right, what time is it? Okay, I hope that was useful. This is just kind of a very off the cuff thing I wanted to do. No, it helps. So, but you know, if you kind of work on this kind of idea, but not just use your arm, right? You could just take your time. Now, for a big weapon, you can still do it because it's like Nelson said, you just think about the center and wrap it around the center, and put the weapon on your body, not in your shoulder. All right. So I just thought we just get a couple of basic ideas with this. Keep the weapon in front of you if there's something. When you come, use your body weight. Okay, someone behind you, use your body weight. Okay. If you want to smack someone, try to, when you come, want to smack someone with like from the top, set your feet well and drop your body weight. Okay. Now, what the weapon helps you do in empty hand is I'll use Nelson here because Nelson is not used to me, so he's the best test because he won't let me slide. come on, Nelson. I want you to resist. Well, I'll show you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So the whole thing about using your body weight, and it doesn't matter in anything what you're doing. Okay. But like something like this, let's just say very simple, just a very simple, even just a block, even though we don't really block. Everything. Yeah, just use everything. I just want to show you what body weight can do, right? So just to say I want to block him. If I don't use my body, if I just like, this is still coming at me, right? And because we're tense, so just, right? I put my body weight on that. See, that works a lot better, right? Yeah. So just like if you're just relaxed, if you're just tense, it's not going to happen. But if you're, right? So I just relaxed kind of on his arm. I just added some speed. So so with the weapons can help you do that. The weapon can help you go through, right? The weapon can help you go through because you're learning to relax your body weight. And it can even go like up. So I can't float up. Say I want to uproot him. I can't like go like that. So I have to kind of like learn how to use my body weight. So I drop my body weight. Oh, he's going to really try now. Okay. Okay. So I want to uproot him, right? So I can't just like try to push him up like this, right? So it's almost like I have to drop my body to trigger the reaction. Yeah, well, that's good. So just kind of just relax. So, but so I have to kind of like do that. So it affects him. If I don't relax and if I don't have my body weight, even in upward movement, you need it, right? And especially you need it like if you want to do any kind of joint lock thing. We won't do that seriously. I don't know, not hard. Okay, so let's just do a little bit Chen stuff. Because we're going to learn how to use the body weight in the Chen stuff. And that's going to help us again with the sticks. And we might pick up the sticks again to see how we can use the hips in the movement. So we'll just do some basic silk reeling. And then last week we worked on the beginning of the form. I don't remember how far we got. We didn't get very far, did we? No. All right. So let's just work on some basic silk reeling. I do have a video of this on my YouTube channel, so you catch it. Okay, so feet. What do we say about body weight? Body weight, relax down. If you like the body weight, then you can feel your legs get into the ground. You can put your hand here. Now you put your hand here so you can feel this hip. So you can feel like a little indent in the hip. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how important that indent in the hip is. I'll borrow Gary. Now Gary's kind of a pretty big guy, right? So, but if he doesn't have this sitting in the hip, like say he's just kind of stand up out of your hip. If he doesn't have that sitting in the hip, even though he's so big, I can affect him really well. So once he sits in his hip, he's immovable, right? He's immovable. So the trick is to like we first develop that, and then we see if we can move around with that. But let's just develop this a little bit of this. So you just kind of want to sit a little bit in the hip. It doesn't have to be a lot, depending on what your flexibility is. And you just relax into your hip point, just let the hand follow. And then now you don't rise out of the hip, you just turn the hip a little bit and come in. 1, okay, 2. And just turn the hip a little bit. 3. Okay, so we just think of the hip. Keep the weight in the leg. Don't float the weight up. Always keep the weight below. So no, you don't have to always, I mean, you could come up and down, but you can try to keep the body weight rooted into the ground, right? I'm gonna go home and have a cup of coffee after this, man. It's cold. All right, up. So you can really feel the hip go. Man, if I just put my hand so you can see what I'm doing with my hip. Okay, and the hands just follow the hip. Okay, so let's just switch to the other side. Okay, so a lot of Kung Fu training is stationary because you're trying to develop this idea, but its application has to be dynamic. All right, so first we develop this idea, and then we try to see if we can move it. And that's kind of what the weapon it helps you do, right? We'll work the basics, develop the body. Okay. Okay, let's work a little bit form-like. So we're going to do kind of more like a forward stance. The heels are not very wide apart. They're just kind of in line. Okay, so when the heels are in line like this, you really have to work on making the hip move to make the action. Okay, so when I come back, I sit in the back hip. I come forward. I pull. Sit in the back hip. I come forward. I pull. I pull. Sit. Push. Okay. Notice I'm weight to weight, leg to leg. All right. So in the Chen form, then we start, once you get the foundation, then you start the movement. So let's look at 1, 2. Weight in the front foot, the right foot can release from the ground and up. Okay, so we'll just practice that. We'll do both sides. Release, root the front foot, release the back foot. Okay, let's do both sides. Nice and relaxed. Elbows, shoulders down. Turn. Pull. Okay, root the front foot, release the back foot. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2. Root the front foot, release the back foot. Toe relax. Okay, application-wise, Nelson. Okay, application-wise, you can think about it. Now, okay, so everything has to be dynamic, right? So just whatever. It's like, you can't just kind of go like this. Don't worry, Nelson. I'm actually really bad in martial arts because I never practice hitting anything. Because I never hit you guys. It's true, don't I? Yeah, that's why I never hit you guys. So, but if you think about what you think about, so you got application-wise, you can't. So you always have to be rooted. You can't go like try to knee him like that, right? That's just gonna be on YouTube, and someone's gonna say this guy doesn't know shit. So you just like, so see how this foot has to root, right? This foot has to root. So this is one thing. So one, root this foot, then this can go, right? So you can practice rotate, you go to the other side. Or whatever, it doesn't matter what side. You're just gonna it's just whatever happens. You root this foot, the other one has to go. So in the Chen form, you know, people poo-poo Tai Chi because it's so slow. But what you're learning is how to make one foot strong, right? And then when you need it, it's just there. Okay, so all right, so we'll continue with Sifu Mark's curriculum, which is the Chen pieces, piece by piece. Okay, so let's do a little bit of the beginning, and I want to show you a little bit of the beginning. You know, the beginning of the form is so important because there's all kinds of really interesting aspects here. So let's look at the beginning. I mean, the very beginning. Okay, so this is kind of like what internal martial arts have this kind of thing going on, and I'll show you the principle. So the beginning is just a very simple like circle here. Okay, elbows relax, and I turn. Elbows relax, and I push. So let's look at the circle. So I'm meeting something, I'm taking them off the center, and I'm pushing back. Okay. When you practice to meet it, to draw it. Okay, so you know, there's nobody there to help you practice. You're practicing by yourself. But imagine having like you got to use your hips, use your center. You kind of draw him out. You push it down and away from you, and push him out. And you have to feel this type of feel. Now I'm going to try with Garrett, this to kind of show you what I mean, because Garrett has like these, you know, and this may be like a big total fail, like they put on YouTube fail. You know, they put fails on YouTube. Okay, so let's let Garrett just grab my wrist and we're just, so this is more like just figure out my connection, right? So this is more like to figure out my connection. So let's just can't do this, right? And I can't definitely do this. That's even worse. So and we talked about last week trying to figure out how to get your body in here, right? And so I don't want to bring him into me, and I can't push him away, but I have to have something where I come in, and he's gonna be strong because he is strong, and there's gonna be a big fail, I can tell. Okay, right? So I'm just gonna relax and just try to just find a place to go. Ready? So just try again. Here's a place to go. Now I don't want it to like be wimpy. I want to just, so I'm practicing my Tai Chi, I'm practicing my form. So I'm here today. So in the form, it's to the left. So I'm just going to, here he is. I'm going to relax. I'm going to try to do different things. Okay, just see how that works. It's just, so, and I can do it, it's easier with one hand, but I'll just show you here. So just one, and get into my body, into my feet. And I want to extend my energy into him a little, right? Okay. So to extend my energy into him a little bit, and then try to figure a way around. Okay.
You know I'm strong, straight.
Right.
You're pointing in a direction where I'm not.
That's right. And that's like he's really strong. So most of the thing sense is to go into his strength and try to get away from it. Right. That's what I'm saying. One of the things is like you got to get the right part of your body involved. So I can't just like wave my arms around and try to figure it out. I have to get my body involved. You will, Siri, don't worry. And I can get my body involved. And if there's there's gonna be a stick point. So I have to figure out where my stick point, I can go around that stick point. Okay. So with the first one, we just try to relax and almost, so we can just relax a little bit, but just try to feel like you're working with something. Right. 2. Ready? 1. So here's the first one. It looks, you know, really kind of wimpy in a way, but it's teaching you this thing about extension. I extend down, so I'm kind of into his center. Let's continue on. We'll continue on to the rest of the form because we haven't looked at the rest of the form. So remember when you do the push. Okay, so we're going to root in that front leg so the right leg can release and have some power. Okay, 1. And since we're on concrete or asphalt, we're just going to just set it down. Okay, so the next move is very similar to the first move, but it's this way. It's like this way. So he maybe has grasped my hand. So I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to kind of like feel his center. He pushes back, and then I just take his center somewhere else. But I don't cave in. I just go 1, 2. I open. I open. Relax the shoulder here in the back. Okay, when I do the chop, just let the weight of the arm drop. And then root this leg, release this leg. So you can think of release, or you can think of pull up. Then sit down and body weight. Okay. So it's not like just come in, slide. It's come in, set the body weight in. So my body weight is in here, right? So this thing is like you're slamming the guy. Right? 1. And then, okay, so the next move is so you push him over your leg. Okay, so I can't just use my arm. So use your hip and set the body weight into him. Okay. So here, use the hip. Here's my hip. Use my hip a little. Set the body weight in. Okay, so Nelson, come over here. Okay, here it is. So here's the situation, right? 1. Okay, if the first move I don't put my body weight in, I just do this. Right. So it's almost like I come 1, 1, 2. I almost like fall into him, right? Without falling. Does that make sense? I really had to set the body weight in. Now, if you did it for real, I guess we won't do it for real. You go, just a George Shoe. Break this arm. And then set the body weight in. All right. Okay, now the next move is just this. So I can't just do this. We're not gonna do this for real because this is hard ground. But it's like, I just can't like just send my arm out. I have to relax and turn my hip. See, that upsets his structure a little, right? So 1, 2, so next one's 1 and 2. This hand is here to really hold on to him. Okay. Now, whether you can actually do this in real life is a whole different issue, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think you have to get in the right, you have to get the setup. You have to feel right to get the setup, but whether it's like come in 1, 2, 3, and you kind of come in, and then you have to be really fast. And you don't need to have the home. I would just use the elbows quicker, right? And if you want, you can just break the arm. You don't have to do all this fancy other stuff. Yeah, that's right. You would have to like, if you're there. And so I think a lot of this stuff is if you're there, right? A lot of stuff is if these opportunities occur. But in the study of it, we're just learning how to move the big joints of the body, relax the arm, elbow, step in, and just move, like the hip is the biggest joint of the body. So you want to use that and learn how to settle the body weight in. And when I make this movement out, I'm using my hip to turn out. And I feel the weight of my arm just settle into the space. Okay, feel the weight of your arm and just let it drop. And you drop, feel the weight drop on the legs, down the center, 1, 2. Okay, so next move, I'm going to pick up, but I don't pick and float up. I just imagine picking up. It's really heavy, so I put more weight on my legs. And from here, you just drop the body weight in some more. Okay, next move, I'm going to try to yank someone to the cross. So part of the Chen strategy is to kind of give them a little push. Give them a little push so they push back, and you take advantage of that. So you push, and you want to feel as you pretend to push, feel your center pushing his center. And you feel it push back, and then you draw with your hip and your body weight, and you let your body weight come the other way. Okay. And so you're settling to here. This has the root. Next move is going to be this, and we'll do some other moves I wanted to work on. Okay, so in the actual form, you're going to kind of take it. This is the root. This is can release. You're going to step in and then come in. So in the actual form, or the application, if you're going to get ready and step in. And you land again with the body weight. Okay. Now that's a cool little move. It's more like a technique move than anything else. But it works the hip. 1, 1, 2. So think of working the hip. 2. And then we're going to work on just a single whip. Relax the shoulder, pull the knee up. Okay. Or release the foot, however you want to say it, and come out. Okay. When I come out, you can also think of it as stepping on somebody. You can also do like step on them. So there's other ways to think about that too. You know, instead of like, I know, instead of like ballet, where you just kind of, it's like you're really, you know, you're stepping on them, like, you know, so this is now becomes a solid root. Right, so 1, root, like you root into the person, hold them down. Garrett's really good. Garrett can step on your feet. Yeah, this happens. Okay, so 1, and then you root in, and here you go. Right, and then feel the structure, and relax that shoulders, and extend out. Okay, so I don't take the weight. I don't collapse into my body. I wrap the entire space around me. Good. Inhale. We'll continue. I wanted us to go over the punch too. Well, let's just do that whole sequence at the flow. Okay. Think about your hips, the lower body, and I'll show you like what happens like if we ever had to push hands. I don't know. You know, I don't know about the Queen got COVID, and you know she's like one of the most protected people in the world. It's her stupid son, Charles. Charles caught it and then he went to visit her. It was just announced this morning. It just happened. It was, you know, this morning their time. Yeah. And he had visited her before he tested positive. So he probably had it before he tested. Just the Queen's 95. They should have like in glass. I like the Queen. Okay. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Turn. 1. I'm gonna have you guys. What we didn't do last week, I should have had you guys do it. Was to practice a little something. 2. Okay. 1. Feel the body, like get into the hips, get into the feet. Up once. Come through. Okay, so root into this leg. This leg can release and come up nice and strong. Okay, and for the sake of safety, we're just going to let the foot step down nice and easy. If there was someone there, if you want to break him, then you really would stop him. Okay, so the next move is this. I'm going to push. He pushes back, so I don't collapse into myself. I just push and I just roll about. Okay, I'm going to turn my hip. Turn my hip back to the center. Turn my hip. Turn my hip. Pull the knee up. Step out. You can root. You can step on the person. Root into that right foot. Set the body weight in once you finish. So I put my body weight into him, and then I'm going to turn my hip to turn my elbow into him. And like I set my hip straight. Watch the front knee doesn't go too far. Doesn't go beyond. So the front knee. I like to keep my knee right above my ankle, and then I'm going to feel the body weight. I'm going to like say I really want to put body weight. So I'm going to put him down here with my body weight. But in Chen, we go slow because we're training. And I move with my legs, push my legs, bring my hands up. And then my front leg and my torso turn to yank him across. Okay, and then 1, look. I could step a little bit if I want to try to get in there, and then hit him with my hip and my hand. Okay, then we do this little technique, but the technique works a really lot with this hip idea. Okay, 1 and up, turn left, 1, 2. Okay, when I come back, I don't lean. I come back very level. I just move along with the hips, feel the weight, and come out. Rest the arms on the body. Okay, just for practice, we'll come up, we'll do it again. So this is so you can get the rest of the first half of the first part. 1, okay, up, and then down. All right, good. Now I wanted to do the punch on its own because it's a, just to break it down a little bit. And then before I then I wanted to kind of show you. I should have you guys practice together too, because we didn't do that last week. So you guys use it. But let's just do the punch on its own. And this is just a very simple drill for it, just so you get the idea of it. First, the punch just goes like this. That's with the hands. Okay. Now you just kind of relax, make this very Tai Chi-like. But as the weight of the arms come down, you feel the weight go down the back of the body. And when the arms come up, you feel the back of the body, the legs support the weight of the arms. Like if you like, I guess Gavin, you've probably done military press or snatch and clean, right? So you can't just like kind of go up like this. You got to put everything on the body. Yeah, and it has to be one complete body, and then you have to use your back and your legs. So this is no different, except it's a lot lighter. Okay, so let's just kind of get that. Just feel the body weight. Okay, let's put our intention into the left leg. Go to use the right hand for the fist and come up. Okay, the arms are still resting on the body. So the arms are not up here and come back down. Okay, 1. And that's basically the punch technique. But we're practicing on the right leg. And we're going to do the left leg because just for balance. Okay, 1. And then we just do the left leg. So it's gonna be left hand, left knee. 1. Okay. Okay. So you sometimes you have to punch with the left hand. Okay. Just find the balance. So we're not leaning. We gotta have the hips right over the foot, and then down. 1, and then down. Okay. The full technique is something like this. Which is sort of easy, just go, we can do it in pieces. Oh, well, anyway. Knee and fist, step down, step in. And I punch the growing area. Okay, up, 1, knee and fist. Relax the weight on the body, step down, step in. Okay, so I'm not slamming my punch in. I'm coming in, 1, and my body weight brings the fist in, right? So I'm not kind of doing this with the fist. Okay, so it's 1. So everything is like it's like you fall into place. And then step in. Okay, it can get fancier. It can get fancier, but but that's the technique. So this is the punch. It's very simple. 1, you can take it in pieces. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm really breaking it down. Okay, or you can just do continuous slow motion 1. But notice how you transition body weight from foot to foot. Okay, so when the fist comes in, the body weight's landed on that foot. Okay, so you punch with the body weight. Let's try the other side. The other side is going to be problematic for me because it's the side I don't practice the other side, to be honest. Not that you shouldn't, it's just that I don't. Okay, so we had, here's the beginning. We just warm it up to 1, 2, step down, step in. So 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can try it all at slow motion 1. 1. I guess you can make it a 1 and a 2. Okay. There should be no 1 and 2. It should all be just 1. So the idea behind, I think this is a very George Chu idea. It's like if you can get into one, you keep punching all the way through. Right? Like I've tried to hit him in the face and I keep going down. That's a very George Chu idea. Just 1, 2, 3. All right, now what I want you guys to do, because you didn't try it last week, Nelson Garrett, it's like how we worked on, like he's going to try to hold me down. Yeah, and I was just going to try to relax and see if I could. And he could, yeah, just do everything, just see what happens. And I just want to try to relax. I don't want to use. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm just trying to relax here and just try to figure out my structure, and then just trying to, drink a cup of coffee. Okay, so I want you guys try that at each other. And you can face each other, go side to side, whatever is easier. So it's more about like, so this is, I'm just, instead of bicep curl, it's like, drink a cup of coffee. Okay, and just feel that energy down the back. Okay, do both hands. So in the beginning of the Chen form, that's what that is. The beginning of the Chen form is that's this move. The beginning of Chen form is this move with a little spiral. Okay. So at the beginning of Yang style, it was very similar, except it's a little more extended. Beginning Yang style. And then when I come down in Yang style, I want to have that weight drop down the back. It's almost like it's kind of like flows over the top. Maybe like flows over the top. We'll have to try that in a different way. Okay. So just up, just feel that. Does it work? Does that work? Yeah, works pretty well, huh? All right, so it works really well, like for something like he comes with this hand, and like, so, oh man, yeah, okay. And they say, hey, Bob, you want a cup of coffee? Oh, yeah. Hey, it's Grant, right? I don't think we ever met. Oh, we have? Oh, yeah, a long time ago. Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, good. So you can leave Garrett's head on his shoulders if you don't mind. Yeah. Okay, so you. Oh gosh, it's 10. Yes, that probably would have finished. Okay, we'll just finish up. But I wanted you guys to get that, so you get to feel it, so you can start practicing that. Down the back, like drink a cup of coffee. Yeah, drink a cup of coffee. That's how it is. Did Nelson get it? Yeah. Just drink a cup of coffee. Okay, and then you work up to like a 12-ounce beer. Okay. All right, so I think we'll finish. And then I hope this has been useful. It's very basic. I want you guys to get with, work with the hip, see how that works, and then learn how to root. I did want to show you one thing with the push hand. Okay, okay, so with push hands, if you don't, and he's just gonna maybe just push me, maybe like this. So with push hands, if I'm not in my hip, push, right? But if I'm in my hip and I understand like my hip, and whatever your range of movement is what your range of movement is. But if he pushes, I can take that into my hip. Right, I can take that into my hip, so he could be really strong, and then I could help. Then I could try to figure out something else. But if my hips are stuck and stiff, right, or even if I have like a real good horse stance and I have it into my hip, he's like way stronger than me, right? So I need to be able to be very mobile on my hip. So it goes 1, 2. So here's my hip. My hip turn. I didn't do this. I didn't like use my arm. Go, keep going. I just right. So I have to use my hip. And I can even make my arm even weak, but if I can put his energy into my hip, I can do so. I can, work with that. Okay, so there's a very foundational thing is learning how to use your hip. Okay, all right. So we'll finish. I'm going to go home. I'm going to have my coffee. Everything. All right. So we'll just finish. We'll just do this. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Laura. It's always fun to have you guys on the internet. This will be on YouTube. I'm hoping you're liking the YouTube. Everything.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Laura. Okay. Okay. Bye, guys. It was great to see you. Good. I hope you had fun last weekend with your family and everything. All right. Bye,
I
guys.
did it.
Bye-bye.